Guys, Caleb's Cards here, coming at you with a contest video response for 4-leaf cards. He's asking us to make a YouTube sports card all-star team. He gave us 15 roster spots plus 6 coaches and 2 Rookie of the Year, so some newer channels. And I thought this was a pretty cool idea, and glad to see somebody heading this up. And couldn't be a better guy in 4-leaf cards. So I thought I would do this video as soon as I could. I literally was on YouTube, checking my subscription feed, and saw that video. I was like, I gotta watch this and see what this is all about. So I know with the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame, it's kind of hard, when you can only narrow it down to 10 people. This one gives you a lot more, so you can do some shout outs, which is kind of what this contest is about, is just shouting out a bunch of channels and shouting out channels either that you watch or that you think deserve some more attention, or maybe just so you can learn about them. I know that's always helpful to me, especially come YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame time as well. I learn about all sorts of new channels every year, and it opens up the possibilities to new content, new creators, hopefully new friends, new even collecting hobbies. You never know. So I compiled a list here of a lot of the channels that I tend to watch and pay attention to, mainly TTM guys, because I feel like a lot of them are forgotten. And I did my best to try and think, who I think that they would fit the role best as. Some maybe there wasn't necessarily any thought behind it. I just thought it'd be cool to add them on the list. But regardless, they all deserve to get some shout outs, and hopefully, this will help their audience grow, and you'll want to go check them out and see their videos. So, we'll start out as like if you were keeping a scorecard, the number one position is catcher. I've got Shoebox Baseball, who's a big time Mariners fan. Also gets a ton of TTMs in, even some think like Broncos and Colorado Avalanche, things like that as well. But mainly baseball, as his channel name implies. But I thought he would make a good catcher, so he's going to be our catcher. At first base, I got Frank M TTM Autographs, Boston Red Sox fan, uh, really Boston area, New England kind of fan. Does a great job on his videos as well, and just giving you a lot of information. Does a lot of editing, a lot of extra work he puts into every single one of his videos, which is really cool, and it makes it really interesting. And he's currently got a new, guess kind of a new series going on right now. It's called the Cooler TTM Show. So you can go check him out, and all the links to everybody's channels are going to be down below for you. Maybe I'll also try, if I remember, to pin them in the comments as well. At second base, I got Mr. Daniel Wilson, a friend of mine. I actually got to meet him in person, which is really cool. That's always awesome when you actually get to meet somebody that you've been watching their videos or talking to through the comments or social media or whatever for the first time. And he is definitely everything you would expect from his videos. Uh, Super knowledgeable, very kind guy, and surprised me with a ton of baseball cards that he wanted to whittle down the collection, and I still got a whole bunch of them. Um, and so that was a really nice surprise. But he got to show me around the town a little bit for the time we had, and hopefully you'll get to go back down there someday, and maybe we can go to a card shop or card show or something like that. But I definitely wanted to include him in here. I think he's a very underrated channel. He was around before I was, and he has a just a really awesome collection and puts together some really nice videos, and has some nice talking points. So um, I got him at second base. At third base, we have none other than the Hot Corner. It only makes sense. I mean, his channel is called the Hot Corner. Third base is usually called the Hot Corner. His name literally is Mike Schmidt, and Mike Schmidt, being one of the greatest third basemen in MLB history, it only makes sense to put Mike at third base. Of course, he is a Phillies fan, gets a ton of TTMs in, has several different kind of shows and series that he does, showing off his TTMs, his pickups, even maybe some in-person stuff he picks up. and his sports card related pickups that are non autograph related. So we got Mike the Hot Corner at third base. For shortstop, we have Walken Balk. Of course, he's a big Utah Jazz fan. Also likes the San Diego Padres. So, and he's a big fan of like Fernando Tatis and some guys like that. And even though Tatis is technically a right fielder now, he was a shortstop. So I was kind of thinking maybe he would fit in well at shortstop. I know he's a little bit younger guy, so he might have some good range there and cover that shortstop hole very well. So we got Walkenbach at shortstop. Next up, we need a power hitter. So usually a lot of times your power hitters are going to be at first base, your DH, or left field. We got Mr. Jimmy Gunz at left field. So I mean, his name says it all. Of course, he's a power hitter with a name like that, Jimmy Gunz. Raiders fan. I'm a Broncos fan, so I guess I can forgive him. But he is a big Raiders fan. Always doing some live streams. I can't always make them, but I do I like to check in every now and then if I see him going on. And then he's always trying to give back as well through those live streams that he's doing. He's got a little business on the side as well, selling cards as well as collecting. But he just makes, I think, really good videos that are kind of down to earth. Sometimes he might be giving his opinion, or sometimes he's, just saying stuff that really we need to hear. Like, you know what, there's some things that need to change, and I think that's good to have somebody kind of speaking a voice out there and a voice of reason. So Jimmy Gunz is our left fielder. In center field, we got a guy I've been watching for a long time, Mr. DeLong Shot Signatures Landon. I think being a younger guy than me, he's probably got some good range. He could probably cover center field for us. Probably do a good job. So it makes sense. He's a big Colts and Broncos fan. Loves his racing. Has been working on some hockey as well and a little bit of baseball. Always getting awesome TTMs in all the time. Coaches. I almost could have put him as a coach just because he likes collecting coaches all the time, but I didn't. I put him into center field. So Landon DeLong Shot Signatures. He definitely gets a vote for my All-Star team. In right field, we have a literal former professional baseball player who was on, I believe he said it was Team USA, if I remember right. Back in the day, played with several future major leaguers. Mr. Michael Myers. We got him in right field. Um, if I remember right, I haven't received one of his custom baseball cards yet. Maybe someday. But I think he was an outfielder, if I remember right. I could be wrong, Michael. You have to let me know. Maybe I messed this up and put you in the wrong position, but I got you in right field. Now he has super informative videos, tells you all sorts of stuff about the player that uh, I never knew about, and I love the historical and the backstory of lots of things like that. And it's always interesting to see who he gets, and some players, it's like, how did you get him? And he just sends away. So he's got a really. I also love his background as well with all the unopened or the open boxes. Kind of uses display that looks really nice and presents well. He's just a funny, uh, really witty, and he just does a great job. So I really love his channel. So Michael Myers gets my vote for the All Star team for right field. At DH, we need another power hitter. We know this guy's a strong guy. We've seen it in some of his past videos. Falcons fan, Braves fan. We got Purple GT22, Steve. Of course, he's been loving to pick up like the Cunyas, and I think he's even been doing a little bit of the Otani cards, which, I mean, who doesn't love Otani? Um, so, I mean, that kind of makes sense. He loves picking up Otani, so he got DH. And that is what Otani is, other than a pitcher. He's a pitcher and a DH. So maybe Purple GT can do some uh, dual play there. He can be a pitcher and a DH. Who knows? We'll see how this goes. But yeah, Steve's been around for a long time. He's been much longer than I have. Been watching his channel for quite some time. I remember seeing some of his videos popping up before I even started making videos. Probably 2013, 2012 was around the time I was kind of paying more attention to like TTMers and uh, like specific sports card YouTube channels. Other than that, because before that I would usually just search up random videos like card shop videos or something. But I think Purple GT would make a great DH for my team, and I want to give him a shout out and a vote. For some starting pitchers, I want to shout out Mr. Klummps Kards. I think he would be a good pitcher for us. I know he uploaded a video from one of my contests with the frisbee golf that he was doing, so we know he can sling a little bit. Obviously, frisbee might be different than baseball, but I think he would do a good job. So we got Klummps Kards as our starting pitcher. He's a Detroit sports fan, but he does write to a lot of athletes and celebrities and get their autograph through the mail, and likes to show those off, and just has a great channel. So definitely go check out Klump. Next up, we got Mr. Brandon Stebbins, a Chargers and Athletics fan. So I think he would also make a great pitcher as well. And he's just an awesome guy, great to talk to. Always getting to tons of videos. I have no idea how he does it, but always great to see Brandon in the comments and watch his videos and see who he gets. And he not only just does TTM, he does a lot of other things as well. He's even been doing some Pokemon, which I don't know anything about Pokemon, but he also has Pokemon videos every now and then as well. Next up, we got Mr. Henry S., who I didn't realize actually until he told me, and he actually started his channel around the same time I did, which my anniversary, it's gonna be 9 years, I think, because 2014 was when I officially started uploading my videos. I know it says like 2008 or something, but that was not my channel. But anyways, nothing about me. This is about Henry. Henry S. started his channel around the time I did. He has a wealth of knowledge of all sorts of things, not just sports cards, not just autographs. He loves a lot of historical stuff, Boy Scout stuff, NASA, some military, postcards, uh, thrift store stuff, you name it, Goodwill, the Goodwill bins, Dollar Tree, DVDs, VHS, records, vinyl, CDs, I'm sure 8 tracks maybe he's probably even got. Who knows? He probably is probably the most eclectic collector I've ever seen on here. So you never know what you're going to get with a Henry S video. So that's why it makes sense for him to be a pitcher, because you're never going to know what kind of pitch he's going to throw it. So that's why he's a pitcher. So there we go. So that's Henry S. Our fourth pitcher is Autographs 2000. Uh, Baltimore Orioles fan, always does a great job as well in his videos. Very informative as well. I love how he mixes in some pack openings. He mixes in even some game footage from like some minor league games he goes to and gets some in-person autographs sometimes. So he throws those in the videos as well. He gets TTMs. He gets them from all of the sports. Hopefully we got him hooked on a little bit of the racing there from the Junk Max Challenge, but enjoy watching his videos. I think he does a great job, so he's my fourth pitcher. And my final pitcher is Mr. Chris Graffs 101, who is a good friend of mine that I met through here on YouTube and Facebook. So we talk every now and then through Messenger and stuff. And he likes the military and he likes the political autographs, which I enjoy to do as well. So that's always pretty cool. So we can kind of vibe on things like that. He also does like baseball and collecting his Gypsy Queen autographs he's been working on. So he's a pretty cool channel to watch. I think you guys should go check him out. And he's started fairly recent, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I think now. So um, definitely go check out Chris. And then he asked, Four Leaf asked for us to do 2 Rookie of the Years, so I figured some newer channels. And I believe this channel hasn't been around for too long. It's probably been about a year now, maybe a little over by now. But I went with Chris and Chris collecting cards. They're always, cracking me up when their kids or them cracking some dad jokes, or when they're opening their TTMs. And they open them live, so it's always a mystery. You never know who they're going to get. So that's always cool. You get to see their first reaction. But I think they're a really great channel. They're growing quite quickly, and I think that's definitely fitting for a Rookie of the Year nomination. And number two, I got Lonewolf Picker, my friend Brett, who actually reached out to me and asked, how to do YouTube and how to if he should even do a channel and stuff like that. And I encouraged him to say, yeah, go for it, man. I think it'd be pretty cool to see you see what you do because he wanted to show some of the stuff that he gets from the flea markets that he might pick up at thrift stores and for resale. Um, Now his TTMs and stuff for his collection and non-sport items he also likes to pick up. So it's been interesting to see what he gets outside of Facebook because I used to see his Facebook updates. So just kind of cool to see him doing videos. And YouTube is at least what we do with the sports card and the TTM. I mean, you don't have to put a whole lot into it, I don't think, to really uh, not necessarily gain a following, but just to put out some videos of something you're passionate about. And that's how I started with just slideshows, so something as simple as that, and turned into videos. So if you're definitely looking to start a YouTube channel, say go for it. You don't have to, necessarily have the fanciest camera or the fanciest lighting. I'm sure people are always going to watch. And I think it's more so about the person behind the camera or the person that you're seeing in the camera that you're kind of more interested in than maybe the stuff sometimes, and just kind of encouraging them along their collecting journey. So, Lone Wolf Picker definitely gets my second spot for the Rookie Year, and I'm glad that he was able to start his channel and look forward to seeing him do more. And finally, we get to pick our six coaches. And it only makes sense that the person who came up with the whole idea and is running this should be our manager, and that is Four Leaf Cards. So Four Leaf is, of course, super great guy. Love his dime box videos and his COMC pickups. Always makes me want to go buy some more cards. So I guess he's kind of a bad influence on me, but we'll forgive him. But definitely we'll put Four Leaf Cards as the manager of this All-Star team because it only makes sense, right? So definitely want to give him a shout out. I don't know if other people will add him to the list, but I think it's well deserving to add him to this shout out list. So, next up, we need to have our bench coach. So, somebody's kind of inspiring the troops when the manager might be busy or might be doing some work behind the scenes, trying to, you know, get the guys up and running again. So, we got Angry Old Man. And you're probably thinking, why would you choose him? He's angry. But actually, he's not. So definitely have to give a shout out Angry Old Man. Has a great TTM channel. Um, Kind of similar in like as far as like giving out information like Michael Myers. But definitely he definitely has a wealth of knowledge uh, with all sorts of athletes and celebrities, and it's always cool to hear his stories. And he'll make you laugh too. So it's pretty awesome to watch Mr. Angry Old Man. So he's definitely well deserving of this shout out, and he's going to be my bench coach. Then we're going to pick a hitting coach, and I'm going to choose MediaMarauder because he's always hitting with all the TTMs that he sends out, so that makes sense. Um, and of course, he has a lot of past in-person experience and with some athletes. So maybe he might be able to get some past athletes to help us bring in some Hall of Famers or something. That hit along. So you never know. He might have some secrets up his sleeve. So I think it makes sense to put him as a hitting coach. So it definitely makes sense. So we got Medium Rotter. And Four Leaf did say we could include for the coaches some already YouTube Sports Card Hall of Famers. So I did pick at least one. I don't think anybody else on here was a Sports Card Hall of Famer. I could be wrong though. But I picked John Mangini from the Mangini Collection as my pitching coach. And I was just thinking, um, he has all his stories, and he loves a lot of the pictures as well. And I think he likes to train with the nunchucks. Maybe he can bring some uh, weird and wacky training ideas, like kind of like Trevor Bauer or something. And, he can use the nunchucks for arm training, or like Nolan Ryan did with the football. So who knows? So I picked him as my pitching coach. But definitely check out his channel. just every video is just like, wow, how did you find that? How did you get that? So it's just very interesting to hear and see what he finds and comes up with for his videos. Then we need our base coaches. So we got first base. We got Mr. Scott Spaulding, who, of course, getting to know him over time. Great guy. Get to talk to him somewhat often through like Facebook and as well as YouTube. Um, Always showing off great stuff. Um, he is a the Boston area, New England area sports fan, but loves to get his football returns and his wrestling returns. And I think he just does a great job in his videos. And it's always great to see Sarah too with him when she helps him out. And yeah, so I think Scott would make a great first base coach for us. Um, he'll let us know when we need to steal, and congratulate those hitters when they get on the base. And I think he's always a great person at that. You see him in the comment section all the time, just congratulating people or just just talking about people and just building them up. So I think somebody who's been through quite a lot for Scott, for him just to be super unselfish and just um, helping others regardless. Um, I think is definitely worthy. So he gets a shout out for me as my first base coach. And finally, I got my third base coach. I got Mr. Troy Rudder, perhaps the maybe the you can be like the TTM king. I don't know. The TTM game. I mean, he literally wrote the book on TTM. And he's got his own book. He's got a great channel. He's got I think he still does the Facebook page. I'm sure. Or actually, he's got his website. That's right. He's got his website, and so you can check out his TTM returns there as well. King of the 1991 Don Russ set, that's for sure. So Diamond King. So there you go. So definitely have to add Troy to this list. Certainly worthy of the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame, and hopefully he'll gain some votes for the upcoming season for that. But for now, I added him to my YouTube Sports Card All Star team. So um, that should be everybody. So I know I probably rambled a lot. The dog wants something, so I better figure out what that is. So I better cut this video short. But thank you, For Lee, for holding this contest. Seems like it should be a lot of fun seeing what people come up with and see if there's any wackiness or just seriousness. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see where this goes. So thanks to everybody for watching. I do really hope that you go check out the links down below of all these people I mentioned. And if you're not subscribed to them, I definitely would suggest you do so. I think you'd be missing out if you didn't. And especially if you love TTMs and just sports card collecting in general, I think they just have a wealth of knowledge between all of them that you can definitely glean from. So that is everybody. Hope you guys have a great day. Mr. Duke's impatient. You want to say bye, Duke? Hey, you want to say bye? Want to say bye? I can't even see you. You're so short. Can you hop up here? Here. Let's see. He'll stay. Oh, no. He did not want to. Okay, well, Duke and me are out. So talk to you guys later. Bye.